This isn't going to be a quick whiz-bang video. I might have to chop it into a few episodes if it starts getting too long and boring. First up, let's have a quick look at the project background and documentation. This project didn't just happen overnight. Planning started in 2017 and construction happened in 2 phases over a couple of years. The second phase is now largely complete, although it looks like there is still some tidying up to do in order to finish it off completely. If you are interested in this stuff, I suggest you prepare yourself for a bit of detailed reading. The first place to look is the WA Department of Transport. There'll be links in the description. The second place is the City of Nedlands Your Voice site, which has some really good documentation. If you go to the page and scroll down a bit, on the right you'll find links to the Community Engagement Report, the Feedback Register, and all the design drawings, both the original drawings and the updated versions. The Feedback Register and the Engagement Report were a revelation for me. Unlike Sydney, residents were asking for parking to be removed rather than retained. The council also included the schools along the route in their stakeholder surveys and engaged the parents of children at these schools. I think the engagement report really shows how community engagement should be done. This could easily be held up as best practice, and we can learn a lot from it. Before having a look at the video, here's a quick overview of the route. I started at the top at the Broadway Shopping Centre, which is on Broadway, and cycled down the page. This bike boulevard, or Safe Active Street, uses 2 streets, and it was done, like I said, in 2 phases. Elizabeth Street, which is at the top, was completed first. Jenkins Avenue at the bottom has just been finished. After phase 1 was complete, the council did an audit of the project and they made some changes to the design for Jenkins Avenue. I haven't found out what they are yet, so let's see if we can spot any differences when we roll the video. Unfortunately, the curse of lousy wayfinding signage struck before I began. There's a consistent theme so far with all the bicycle infrastructure that I've ridden on in Perth. In general, the infrastructure is great and the signage is useless or non-existent. I'm at the Broadway Fair Shopping Centre in Nedlands and I'm hoping I'm about to ride up a bike boulevard to my left. I spotted there's no left turn sign here and I was wondering, and I saw the red paint over there on the road and I thought, where do I turn up? Because I completely missed this pathway. It just goes up the side here and takes you onto the road for cyclists. Not a single skerrick of signage that I can see anywhere. I'm going to go back up the road and have a second look, but certainly as a first time user I completely and utterly missed that. Totally, 100%. And I was looking for it because I had a rough idea it was here somewhere along here. So again, not the world's best signage. Well, here's my second attempt at finding the bike boulevard. I knew where it was now and I actually got to go up it. And it's not too bad once you know where it is. And what they've done is they've gotten rid of right-hand turns at the bottom of the street. It's a steep climb, not too good for the kiddies, I think. But I mean, what can you do about topography? And then we're into the boulevard. And off to my left, I spotted school, so I thought I'll duck into the side street and have a look at how it integrates with the bike boulevard. Well, it turns out I am in the right street. Well, not this street, this is a side street. I was wondering where they do the pickup for this school. And I'm assuming one reason they put the bike boulevard along here was because there's primary schools here. So they say the yacht is the spot for pickup. Don't stop unless your child is at the yacht. Yes, this is a very boaty area. But yeah, it's a big, like, kiss and drive area, as we'd call it. And it's all tinted red, it's quite long. Probably put, I don't know, 10 or 12 cars in here. It's the longest one I've seen. And it's pretty flippin' obvious it's a kiss and drive, and that's it. It's quite well done. And they've put this in a side street. On the raised section at the moment, it's not very raised, it's just a tiny little bump. There's the blue signage. There's fantastic houses along here. It's a nice part of the world. Mix of kind of 1930s bungalows and places where doctors and barristers live, mining executives. It's not a cheap part of the world, Nedlands. Hey, again, we can see over there parking zones in black. They've put in new trees put them in concrete nibs. Now they did this road in two sections, two phases. The second phase got delayed after they did an audit of phase one. Not quite sure what they didn't like. So I wonder if those trees are there to really stop people driving up those lanes. Another slight little bump. I haven't tinted that red on the side in this instance. See how, well, there's plenty of off-street parking. There's not a great number of cars parked off the street. Maybe it's different when school's on. There's a yoga place there. There's a church. But see, on the whole, people have got nice, plenty of room for parking off the street. Over there, let's just duck into this street. I'll have a look at it. It does say no parking on the street Monday to Friday. You can see there's a ton of room out the front of these houses, and they make use of it. Doesn't matter if they've got multiple cars, fairly expensive cars, expensive houses. Nice street. Right, let's do a U. Now you can see here, it hasn't been tinted red, haven't relaid the asphalt, it's just red across. Another school. Well, as far as linking to amenities go, this really does it. Now, the street's also reasonably narrow. I think this would encourage you to drive at 30. Another raised section. Well, you don't have to drive at 40 in the school zone, do you? It's all 30. Oh look, even the caravans get parked off the road. Now I know it does a dog leg here in one direction or another, I'm just not sure which. I'm going to try both directions because there is no signage to say where the next section of Bike Boulevard is. I know it's another street, it's Jenkins Street. Ah yeah, looks like it's up here. So, again, a problem with the signage. Oh, look at that. Ha! There's nothing to say that was there either. But I guess that's a nice little thing to take you around this corner if you don't want to do it. Okay, modified road layout. Yes, they have just redone this. Morning. Wonder if I'm going to see some of those signs saying cyclists be quiet. Wonder if they'll dislike me talking to this now. I think they modified the speed cushions as part of this phase. Whoa, stop sign. Okay. Ah, yeah, okay. Haven't quite marked up the new lines and stuff yet. So they haven't changed the priority of that street. And they also haven't marked the speed cushions. But I think they did an audit of that last section And one of the things they did was they modified the speed cushion layout. So they've put speed cushions entering the roundabouts but not exiting, which I think is a mistake because it encourages people to go speeding out of the roundabouts even if they slow down to go into them. It's certainly been my experience. Okay, give way sign, they haven't changed the priority, but there's nothing here at 6 AM. Don't know what it is in the air over here, but my nose has been so clogged it's not funny. I think it was a very good looking street to start with. So it's a good looking street after as well. One-handed track stand. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, they definitely haven't modified that. I wonder if they are going to do it. And it makes it a painful boulevard to ride down if you've got to stop at every intersection. You have your boat, just don't park it on the road. Alright, that's the end of that. Now, for comparative purposes, I'm going to ride up and down a parallel street. Let's see what some of these were like beforehand. Well, it's not parallel, it's perpendicular. Alright, let's do Hammond Street. So the streets weren't terribly wide to start with, by the looks of things. And you can see comparatively very few cars parked on the road, but there's big verges, big driveways. So I guess it wasn't too hard to narrow those streets a bit to put in parking lanes and tint it red. After watching the video, I decided to go back and have a look at some of the documentation on the Nedlands website. And one of the things I discovered is what they changed between the two phases is they installed road humps instead of raised platforms at the intersections. And at the roundabout that we went round, I noticed it was flat and they had road humps on either side. They removed some of them as well. The other thing I found from looking at the diagrams is looks like the main roads department has to remove the stop signs, etc., and relocate them. That's not something council can do, and I guess that's why it's not a boulevard end-to-end yet. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, I also suggest you download the traffic management plan for this project. It's absolutely unbelievable. If you've had a look at traffic management plans for projects in Sydney, this thing just blows them all out of the water. It is it's in another league. The level of professionalism and detail in it is absolutely astonishing. It's interesting, I'd have to say. Now, this is what, a $2.5 million project for a bike boulevard. I think it's got a better traffic management plan than the one that was put together for the $1.6 billion WestConnex, around the Anzac Bridge. As astonishing as that sounds, if you compare the two documents side by side, you'd have to say that, yeah, the level of effort they put in here is, well, if they could do things this well in Sydney, I think we'd be sitting pretty. I better stop it here, otherwise we'll go on all day.